Python, functions, arguments, parameters. Now, these are all things that I've learned about in other languages that I've studied, but sometimes it's just interesting when you have a slight logic lapse or a logical assumption that's not correct for the language you're learning. To create a function in Python, you have to define it, so you use def, and then you create a name for your function. Then optional, you don't have to have parameters, but basically you can define values that you can pass in when you call it. And this part always trips me up. I always forget to put a colon because some of the other languages I've learned doesn't have the colon. So remember the colon. And then you have to indent it. Once you indent it, this belongs in the function. So what I'm basically doing in this function is I'm telling whoever's using this function who the third child is. To call a function, you write the function with the brackets, and since it has parameters, you have to specify the parameters. So basically what we're doing is we're calling the function, we're passing in Emil, Tobias, Linus, and Jonathan. These are called arguments. We're passing in the arguments corresponding to their spot, their key in the parameters of the function. Well, let's say someone's reading off to me, so they're not reading in order. This function I wrote, it goes name 1, name 2, name 3. But let's say someone gave me name 2 first, and then name 3, and then name 1. So I could do name 2 equals name 1 equals, then name 3 equals. So I basically, in my argument, when I called the function, I said, look, here is the parameter that I'm passing in an argument. I'm passing in the argument here, and then I'm passing in the argument here. So this seems pretty intuitive, right? So where did I first go wrong when I learned this? Let's see what assumption I made. Initially, when I was learning this, when I was passing in my last argument, I did this because after all, you specified this one, you specified this one. Isn't it implied that this last one is here? I did this, and of course you get an error. Python can't make that interpolation or extrapolation that you've defined this and you defined this argument, so this one must be that. It seems pretty logical process of elimination for a human, but not for Python. In the logic of a human being, or maybe in my human brain, I just thought, since I've already specified all the other arguments, the only one left, Python should automatically know I'm talking about it, but that is not how Python's encoded or compiled or interpreted. I don't know what the correct word is, but that's not how Python works. So to fix it, here we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini exploration. What logical assumptions or logical lapses have you stumbled on when you were learning a language? It doesn't have to be Python. Let me know in the comments below.